Today's lesson is going to be on multiplying and dividing algebraic fractions. And as a starter, I want you to just recap multiplying and dividing numeric fractions. So when we multiply numeric fractions together, let's say we had 4/9 times 3/10. You multiply the numerators together and you multiply the denominators together. And that's it. Multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators. We don't need to put them over a common denominator. We don't need to change either of the fractions into an equivalent fraction. We just multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. And then, of course, if we can simplify this fraction, we do. So this is 3 times 4 at the top. This is 3 times 30 at the bottom. So the 3's divide by each other, and we've got 4/30. Dividing fractions is slightly different. We just have one step to carry out before it turns into the same as multiplying fractions. If we are dividing by a fraction, then we can flip that fraction over and multiply the two fractions together. And now it's just the same as when I was multiplying fractions before. So I'm going to have 5 times 4 on the top, which is 20. I'm going to have 8 times 15 as the numerator, which I think is 120. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to simplify this. So top and bottom both divide by 20. So we've got 1/6. So that's a quick recap for you. So can you please do the questions from the worksheet called Thursday Starter? Pause the video, have a go at those, then mark your answers and then play the video again for the main bit. So the first example for algebraic fractions, we're going to be multiplying a pair of algebraic fractions, and then we're going to express them as a single fraction. So I'm going to be multiplying x minus 2 over x squared plus 6x plus 8 by 2x plus 4 over x squared plus 2x minus 8. Before I do any multiplication, I want to do what we were doing on Tuesday, Monday, whenever it was, with adding and subtracting algebraic fractions. When we had a quadratic in the denominator, we factorised it if possible. So we're going to try and factorise these two first of all. So I'm going to have x minus 2 over, and what does this factorise to? So this is going to factorise into x plus 2, x plus 4. And then multiplying that, I'm going to take 2 out of the top here. And again, I'm going to factorise this quadratic. This quadratic factorises into x minus 2, x plus 4. Okay, if I now perform the multiplication, but I'm not going to multiply anything out, I'm just going to put this as one fraction. I'm going to have 2x plus 2 times x minus 2. So I'm going to put the 2 at the front, x minus 2, x plus 2, and that is all over x plus 2, x plus 4, x minus 2, x plus 4. Everything on the top is multiplied together and everything on the bottom is multiplied together, which means I can divide the top and the bottom by some of these common factors. The top and the bottom have both got x minus 2 in them, so we can divide top and bottom by x minus 2. The numerator and denominator both have x plus 2 in them, so we can divide the top and the bottom by x plus 2. I'm just going to get rid of this bit in the middle and simplify what's at the bottom so that we can see what the final answer is. So for our numerator, we've got rid of x minus 2 and x plus 2, so we're left with just 2 at the top. And for our denominator, we've got rid of x plus 2 and x minus 2. We've got x plus 4 times x plus 4, so that will be x plus 4 squared. And that is our final simplified answer. That is all you need to do the first 3 questions of exercise 4. So if you want to have a go at those, you want to pause the video now and have a go at those first, you can, or you can watch the rest of the video and then do the whole exercise in one go. So for the second part, we're going to do an example of dividing algebraic fractions. So we are going to have 3x plus 6 over x squared minus 9, divided this time by x plus 2 over x squared plus 4x plus 3. And we want to express that as a single fraction. The first thing we're going to do is turn it into a fraction multiplication. So the first fraction stays the same, but if we flip the second fraction, we can multiply it. And now, from this step, it's just the same as the previous example. I'm going to factorise the numerators and denominators wherever possible. So this is going to be 3 into x plus 2 over x minus 3, x plus 3. This is difference of 2 squares. And I'm going to be multiplying that by x plus 3, x plus 1 over x plus 2. So this is the multiplication that we're doing. First thing I'm going to do is multiply the numerators together, but without multiplying anything out. Just want to write it as a single fraction. And the denominators together as well, writing it as a single fraction. Then I have a look at what is a factor of the top and the bottom. X plus 3 is a factor of the top and the bottom, so I can divide numerator and denominator by x plus 3. X plus 2 is a factor of the numerator and denominator, so I can divide both by x plus 2. So I'm left with, in the numerator, 3x plus 1, and in the denominator, x minus 3. And that is it. We have taken this fraction at the top in orange. We've performed the division, and we end up with our simplified answer of 3 into x plus 1 over x minus 3. That should be everything you need to have a go at the rest of the questions. So please complete all of the questions on that worksheet, questions 1 to 6. Show your working. And if you get stuck, please comment on any of the on Show My Homework, letting me know any of the questions you've got stuck on, and I can do a video showing you how to work through them.